We learned earlier in the course that spending time is described as eating time in Akan. This is why we say, Madi mfie aduonu mienu, which means I'm 22 years old. But the literal translation means I have eaten 22 years. Medi na wotre bako wo Miami. This means I spent a week in Miami. In the dialogue between Teacher Kofi and I asked him, what you say wodi wawoda brunyamu? And I'm telling Teacher Kofi literally that he eats his birthday on Christmas. Festivals are also eaten in Akan. Now let's practice with some sentences using yedi. So listen very carefully as Teacher Kofi says these sentences for us in Akan.
Yedi Valentine da ojefo da a etoso du nine. Yedi Ghana for fa hudie obenim da a etoso nsia. Yedi America for fa hudie kitawunsa da a etoso nine.
Now listen carefully as Teacher Kofi says these phrases in Akan. I will provide the English translation.
Yedi Valentine da ojefo da a etoso du nine.
People celebrate Valentine's on February 14th.
Yedi Ghana for fa hudie obenim da a etoso nsia.
People celebrate Ghana's Independence Day on March 6th.
Yedi America for fa hudie kitawunsa da a etoso 9.
People celebrate America's independence on July 4th. For more examples, you can replace ye with something specific, because ye, remember, means people in the grand sense. It's very vague. So in these constructs we're gonna be switching from people celebrate or do something to specific groups like Ghanaians or Americans. So listen carefully as Teacher Kofi says these sentences in Akan.
Yedi Ghana for fa hudie obenim da a etoso nsia.
I'll provide the English translation too, which is, in this case, people celebrate the Ghanaian independence on March 6th, in comparison to this next sentence.
Ghana for di fa hudie obenim da a etoso nsia.
Okay, in this case we take the ye out, put in Ghana for. So in this sentence, Ghanaians celebrate their independence on March 6th. So in this case, we went from people celebrated in the ambiguous sense, general, very general, to being very specific on who is actually celebrating it. So we place Ghanaian for. We still have our D after. We only placed the ye to be specific. So we have another example.
Yedi America for fa hudie kitawunsa da a etoso 9.
Yes. People celebrate America's independence on July 4th. Or we could say
America for di fa hudie kitawunsa da a etoso 9.
Americans celebrate their independence on July 4th. Again, remember, in this constructs we've taken out the ye and then replaced it with something more specific. So if you want to be general and very vague with it, you can use yedi. But if you want to be specific with your statement, you would put in something like America for or Ghana for. Let's talk about some festivals that are celebrated in the United States. But before we begin, let's know that Afashe means festival, and Firi blank Kosi blank means from blank to blank. Listen carefully as Teacher Kofi says this phrase in Akan, providing one example of how you can say this.
Yedi Street Urban Spring Fest free kotonima da a etosu dubako kosi dumiensa wo Atlanta, Georgia.
This translates to people celebrate Sweet Auburn Fest from May 11th to May 13th in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, remember, we have our ye for people, D, they celebrate Sweet Auburn Fest from, and this is the time frame that we put in from this time. So we said from the 11th, and we have our kosi, to this time when it ended. And we said that it was from the 13th. It's located in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, an alternative way to say this phrase would be this.
Atlantafoɔ di Sweet Auburn Spring Fest free kotonima da a ɛtɔ so du baako kosi du mmiɛnsa.
In this case, we said that Atlanteans celebrate Sweet Auburn Fest from May 11th to the 13th. Again, note, we took ye and replaced it with Atlantafoɔ, which are Atlanta people. They celebrate Sweet Auburn Fest from, then we put our time from this time to, then we put in another time frame. So remember, whenever you're doing these constructs,